Down with me, you down with me, down with me. I got a crowd wrapping round the whole town for me. They mama proud, got a thou in the balcony. Nah, I don't hear no clown talking foul on me.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of What Are the Odds podcast. I'm your host, JMX, my co-host, Ryan. The 2024-2025 NFL season is in the books. It's closed. What a season, bro. I mean, look, I will say I got my Super Bowl prediction right from the preseason. So all those playoff predictions that I fucked up, it doesn't matter any fucking more because I got the Super Bowl pick right. Shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles, man. They get it done. But before we get into all that, man, Ryan, how you doing, man? How was your Super Bowl Sunday?
Man, I'm chilling. It was alright. I was at the gym working out. Hit the sauna for a little bit for the beginning of the game. I was watching that shit on my phone, and came back, just sat on the couch with my girl. We just watched the game. I don't know about you. I got myself my own little Super Bowl ring.
Oh, this man,
Like
yeah, this man,
I've been telling you I would.
The icing.
Man, you could see the little green icing in here.
Oh my god!
I was trying to get it out.
Icing, man.
But yeah, it was chilling. It was whatever. How about yourself?
It was good, man. I threw a little get together in my crib. It was smooth. It was smooth. It was a good little Super Bowl Sunday. The game was shit, but I mean, hey, I wasn't too mad the Super Bowl was trash because we had a really good season, bro. Like this was an actual good NFL season. I'm not really too mad about how the season ended, about any of it. But look, man, I'm doing good. I mean, I will say we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl and everything like that, but my Spurs, bro, we just took two hurtful L's back to back on two game winners. Definitely hurt, but I mean, I don't really care too much about this season. You know what I'm saying? I'm just focused on us possibly getting Cooper Flag, and hopefully we can get a guy out there in Phoenix. Oh, Kevin Durant. Just hoping we get one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into the game. The Super Bowl, Lord have mercy. Look, I'm not even gonna give the Kansas City Chiefs the satisfaction of saying this final score was, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Yeah, the final score was 40-22. The final score of this game was 40-6. That was the final score of this game. If we being completely and just utter honest with everything up here, like, bro, the Chiefs got freaking demolished. They got destroyed. They got mollywopped. They got punched in the mouth. They got run amok. Them boys got killed on all cylinders from the start of the game to the end of the game. Well, I mean, end of the game, I guess you want to get those two little bullshit. Bro, I still have not seen that Xavier Worthy touchdown. Like, once I saw Kenny Pickett on my screen, I turned the game off.
Dude, it was a fucking dime. It was like a 50-yard dime, bro. It was nasty. It was disgusting, bro. I was like,
really?
Go look at it right now. Go look at it right now. I'll talk about it for a little bit. Yeah, it was.
Go ahead.
It was crazy. It was, like you said, from the beginning to the end. It was just pure dominance on the Eagles side. Offensive line for the Chiefs couldn't block anybody whatsoever. I saw some sort of stat that the Eagles didn't send any sort of pressure whatsoever. They blitzed like 0% of the plays. And Mahomes turned the ball over 3 times. It's like you can't do that at the end of the day, especially in the Super Bowl. Like Shannon Sharpie saying, turnovers in the playoffs are double. They count for more. And then Jalen Hurts, in my opinion, he played a great game. Besides that, outside of that one interception, dude, he played an elite game. One of the best games I think I've seen from him in a while. So, and then again, credit to the Eagles defense. Eagles were fucking balling, bro. That defense came out with their heads on fire, and they did anything they wanted to. Bro. It was nasty. Did you see it?
Oh my!
Man, it was a dime, bro. Wasn't it? It was a dime, and I'm sitting on the TV. I'm sitting on the couch watching TV, and I'm like, bro, like if you, I understand the Eagles were kind of just at that point. They were in like celebration mode.
Yeah, it was over.
But it's like, bro, that was we couldn't have done that shit all playoff. All Super Bowl. Like, bro, that was a fucking dime, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie. This Super Bowl, I'll say it was 40-6 in my opinion. Philly just like kind of like what you said, bro. They just dominated from the trenches. Really, just kind of what it was. Like Kansas City, I remember like the people I was watching the game, we got in a big argument because they're like, Kansas City needs to run the ball, establish the run game. I'm like, bro, they can't. They ain't been able to run the ball all year. Like, you can't, like, that's the thing, bro. There was no answer they could have went to. Nothing. They had no answer. And that was kind of the case that it really had been all year long. They just gotten away with a lot of things. And I'm gonna give the Eagles a lot of credit. They went in there and they handled their business. But we keeping it so real, bro. Kansas City, from a talent perspective, had no business even going to the Super Bowl. They had no business. I'm disappointed. Disappointed in Buffalo. That what I took from this game was I'm so disappointed in the Buffalo Bills. How?
Now, do you think
Bro,
Buffalo really would have done any better than the Chiefs today? Honest,
yes.
I don't. I don't think. I think the Eagles, whoever the fuck they played in that bowl, besides
Well,
maybe Lamar and Derrick Henry,
the Bills got a top 4 or 5 offensive line. Chiefs offensive
still
line is terrible. Well, I mean it's not
that
terrible, but
defensive
it's
line
below
for the Eagles
average.
is crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, look, I just about the Chiefs, bro. It was nothing they could do. You can't run the ball because they got Jalen Carter and Milton Williams, Zach Bond, and them stuff in the run game. They boxed up their receivers. You see, Philly got a high powered offense. I saw Denver do this to Kansas City the first time we played them. I saw it. May not have been the same catastrophic event of what we saw Philly do, but it was something similar. Denver locked them up, and they, bro, I saw this before. Like, this wasn't the first time I saw this year. And to be honest, I don't know how they got to the bowl with this team. I just don't. It's just crazy. Like Philly beat them down. They beat him down, bro. It was nowhere point in the game where I'm like, oh, Casey, like I it was 7, 10, 17, 24. Like it was like, bro, they're scoring every like damn, they getting pick sixes out here, coach. Like Mahomes throwing steezies. They moving the ball up and down the field. Like Mahomes threw 2 picks. It was bad, bro. It was really bad. Like I just, from a Chiefs perspective, bro, it was nothing they could do. It was nothing they could counter. It was no adjustment that could have been made. I mean, what can you say? The way they got punched in the mouth out the gate, like, what adjustment could you say you could make?
And
There's
see,
nothing you could do.
and see, the thing is, they also bottled up Saquon like extremely well. I think he had 25 carries for like 60 yards. You know, so like if
But Jalen Hurts was
going
beating them.
exactly going into the bowl, we were talking about, man, you better stop Saquon, and they did. You know,
Yeah.
but it's like the offense had no answer at all. They couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, and shout out to Jalen Hurts because look, I've been one of the people saying it all year long. I didn't know if he could be that guy to beat you with his arm, and he went out there and showed it today. Yeah, Kansas City secondary isn't anything top in the league. But bro, Jalen Hurts did it against a really good defense. He went out there and he made plays with his arm. Candid, he did make some questionable ones too, but for the most part, he got the job done and he did it with his legs as well. Shout out to Jalen Hurts, bro. He played his ass off. He deserves Super Bowl MVP. And look, man, it's time to calm down on him a little bit. Now, I will say we'll get into deeper Jalen Hurts conversation later in the episode, but for now, I want to give him his props. But yeah, man, KC just didn't have an answer. They had no adjustment, no answer. They got beat up on everything. They got killed on the ground from Jalen Hurts. The corners couldn't hang with AJ Brown. They couldn't hang with Devontae Smith. They're just their skill position, bro. Wide receivers, the corners, it just was not good enough, bro. For Philly, it wasn't good enough, and they couldn't run the ball. You tell me from your 3 backs, like what did they get? 17, 24 rushing yards. Mahomes had more than all 3 of the backs. Like, I mean, and then boys are getting boxed. Juju was boxed. Worthy was whatever.
Don't
Like
disrespect
Worthy
Juju.
still had 100 yards. Despite Juju was horrible. Hollywood Brown was horrible. Like D Hop was atrocious. Like they were bad everywhere. No, there were plays. I don't want to just excuse the Kansas City line. Like their O line was bad this game, but Mahomes had time on some plays. and just nobody was freaking open, bro. And that's just kind of what it was. Like nobody was open for him. He couldn't get the ball out. It was bad, bro. In the offseason, they got to work on getting better in the trenches. But you got a lot of guys that's free agents for the Chiefs, man. That's gonna be huge if they lose. Trey Smith, the guard, is a big time free agent. Nick Bolton, those are two big key free agents on each side of the ball that is probably gonna walk in free agency, and it's gonna be really hard to replace those pieces. The captain of your defense and your best arguably, what would you say their best offensive lineman, second best behind Creed?
Yeah, I'd
Like
say
I mean,
Creed probably the best, but
yeah, so like I mean, but still, Trey Smith is damn near. I think wasn't he all pro? Maybe be wrong about that, but I know
I
he's
think no,
different.
actually I would probably say third. Tooney's really good at guard too, but they had him playing tackle.
Yeah, so that's why. Yeah, their tackles are just their main thing is the tackles are just bad. Like I'm trying to see. I know, but I don't know if Trey Smith was all pro, but he's damn good though.
Mm.
Like
He might have made
if
the
he
Pro
wasn't
Bowl.
all pro,
Did he
yeah, but
make
he
the
was a
Pro
Pro
Bowl?
Bowler this year.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's all pro type. Like he's damn good, but he's probably gonna go get a bag from like Chicago or some shit like that. But I mean, they're losing some really big free agents, and I don't know, man. This game showed that I ain't gonna lie, like this getting your ass whooped in the Super Bowl. I hate to say it, but I've been there. I've been there. Look, it's hard. When you get your ass whooped in the Super Bowl with the brightest lights on you, you get punched in the damn mouth. And it was just the swag, like bro, trust I've been there. I know. Like, I know, bro. I know how that feel. You gotta bounce back. Like, it's hard to bounce back. The Broncos had to go do a damn master class in free agency, bring in Hall of Famers to bounce back this team. DeMarcus Ware, Emmanuel, not Emmanuel Sanders, Hall of Famer. Marcus Mariota, Key to leave, all these guys brought in the TJ Ward, brought in Emmanuel Sanders. Like, Kansas City got to go maybe do some of the same thing. I don't know if they got the money to, but like just some of the free agents that they got: Justin Reed, Marquise Brown, Derek, um, Nick Bolton, Trey Smith, like some big names, man. Charles Omanehu, but the Chiefs. We'll get into Eagles in a second, but I had to talk about them, bro, because it's looking it's not looking too good for them right now. They still got Mahomes and Reed, so they'll still win some games. But yeah, and not to mention Kelsey.
Yeah, this game also really just obviously like we've been talking about it all year, but like it was just a really good like reminder of one, they had no sort of running game whatsoever. They couldn't run the ball, obviously due to the offensive line. They just also just can't they just don't have the weapons to be able to run the ball effectively. Excuse
Efficiently.
me. Thank you. I kept messing up efficiently and effectively. Uh, but yeah, and then Rasheed Rice missing him. It's like he was the guy that really could have moved these chains and extended the drive, because it was like there was a good chunk of the game where it was like I want to say like second, mid second, late second, where it was like, man, the Chiefs haven't had the ball at all, bro. Like, and it seemed like anytime they did, they would just turn the ball over really, really quickly, or it'd be a 3-and-out really, really quickly, and it really just kind of reminded, at least me, I don't know about you, it just really reminded me that, like, damn, like, Rasheed Rice is a huge, huge weapon that they obviously miss. And to even get to this point, it's like you can either take it one way or another. Like, man, how the hell did they get here? Or you could take it as, damn, how the hell did they get here without blah, 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 and without blah, 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 and without blah, blah, blah. But a lot of people, I know you've been seeing on Twitter after the game, a lot of people hating on Mahomes. This obviously really it wasn't his best Super Bowl at all. I think it might have been his worst.
No, this is his worst game ever.
Yeah, I don't know his worst game ever, but it was a damn bad game. Definitely his worst Super Bowl. That or the Buccaneers
He had 50
game.
yards, I think, going into the fourth quarter.
Shit, I don't know. He
Bad, bro. He
I
had
don't know,
50
dude.
yards in like the third. I know
That dime at the end of the game really saved it for me. That dime, that 60-yard, granted in garbage time against the Chiefs that were just trying to celebrate.
Backups.
Yeah, but I don't know. It also just like this is a huge, like, all right, Mahomes. How will Mahomes respond? This will be a huge, like, almost like a tone setter. If Mahomes comes out there next year and you can kind of tell he's mentally still thinking about that Super Bowl, still in his head a little bit. Because this is really his first time, besides that Tampa Super Bowl, but I feel like this is really his first time, like, getting kicked in the mouth and getting that ass beat. You know, everyone kind of expected Tampa to beat KC in the Super Bowl. But like this Super Bowl, I mean, all of us, at least that I'd seen, most people predict the Chiefs. It's like, oh yeah, we're picking the Chiefs. We kind of think the Eagles are gonna win, but we're picking the Chiefs because well, they got Mahomes, they got Kelsey, they got Reed, including myself. I said that same shit, and it's like this is really the first Super Bowl they were expected to win, and they got that ass beat. So it's like I'm interested to see one what the Chiefs do in the off season, but two kind of how Mahomes and the Chiefs respond, going into next season. Because if they lay over and they fold,
Beat.
it's like, bro, like it won't be a good look for him. It will really separate the. All right, Mahomes, are you really that? Like, I'm not saying he's not that guy. He's amazing. He's top 2 right now, like ever. But I don't know. People are just hating on him. People are talking about there's no way he'll be able to be the GOAT ever again. Acting like Brady didn't take a 10-year gap in between his Super Bowl. I don't know, bro. It would be interesting. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I hear you. Um, it's just crazy to think that man said they got that ass beat. They did, bro. Like they got dismantled, and yeah, you're right. You got to bounce back from it, and Mahomes is good enough to bounce back from it. I'm just concerned not about him, but about the team because you see quarterbacks around the league. Like you look at Joe Burrow, you can have the best year any quarterback can have, and it's like, bro, they ain't make the playoffs. Like I'm more concerned about the team as an entirety outside of Patrick Mahomes. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like you need your team to be good. Like they still had a really good defense this year. And that's kind of what helped them. You know what I'm saying? Like they were able to rely on Kareem Hunt in some games. Like their run game, it wasn't great all year, but it also like it wasn't terrible. Like they could still rely on their run game a lot. Like bro, they scored 14, 20 points and they won those games. I'm concerned about that for next year. That's my only concern is how can they improve this roster in free agency via trade? Because like linebacker and guard aren't easy positions to replace. Like, I'm not even tripping. If they lose Travis Kelsey, I think they can go draft a tight end. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they will have the same impact as a
Yeah,
prime Travis Kelsey, but I'm saying for what you kind of got from Kelsey this year, you can go get a guy in the draft, bro. Just being completely honest. Like, and then you can even go into even like looking at their free agents for next year. Like, after next year, Joe Tooney, Trent McDuffie, George Karlaftis, like, we're like, Jalen Watson, like it's a lot of question marks around this team for the future, and they just got to get on the ball, bro. That's just pretty much it with it. Um, Figure out what players you're gonna extend, but I mean, it's really tough with them. I'm really worried about their roster moving forward. I'm not too much worried on Mahomes. He'll bounce back, and they'll 100% be a playoff team. But you know, I feel like this is definitely a wake up call. Definitely a wake up call that you can't keep getting by with this roster getting worse and expecting to just go and win a Super Bowl because that's because kind of I've been saying it kind of all season, Ryan. And I picked against him. I know you've been on the fence, like I'm not gonna pick against Chiefs till they lose, but rightfully so. But I've been kind of saying it all year, bro, that I didn't think this roster was good. And hey, it came to light eventually. See what I'm saying? And they got that ass whooped in that bowl. And it's tough. They got 11 million in cash space, so they'll be aggressive for some free agents, but a few if they can. But like, yeah, bro, they
yeah.
got that ass whooped.
It's also kind of like you can shape it. I'm not saying you're saying this. I'm just saying like you can shape it in any way of, well, the roster was shit, so there is obviously room to be concerned about it. But you can also be like, man, their roster was shit this year, and they still made the bowl.
Made the
Granted
bowl.
they got their ass beat, but like they still made it. It's it. I agree with you. I didn't know Nick Bolton was a free agent. That's a huge piece on that defense. So yeah, they got to lock him up for sure. They have to.
Yeah. Nick Bolton and Trey Smith, both of them are free agents. It's just tough. Like it's gonna be tough moving forward, but I'm not gonna lie, they got draft picks. They'll be able to bring in some vet free agents. So I'm just concerned about them, for the long term. But I mean, they're just gonna keep. They're gonna always be able to bring in vets for cheap to go on and come play for my home. So they'll be good. Like I'm not saying the Chiefs gonna have no major drop off. I'm just saying that there is a level of concern for the roster. Like that's all I want to say because you got to get receivers, you got to get offensive line, you got to get you another back in there. It's just a lot of things that they have to do in order to keep being at this level of a Super Bowl contender. But yeah, I want to talk about the Eagles just a little bit. Like, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, you want to talk about free agents? That everyone's a free agent for Philly, bro. Everyone, like everyone's a free agent for Philly. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not really too worried. I'm too much worried about Philly because all of their free agents they drafted so well. Those positions are gonna be just taken by younger guys. Like we're being just completely honest. Like their main free agents. Let me pull them up really quick. Josh Sweat, Brandon Graham, who's probably gonna retire, Zach Bond, Mekhi Becton, Milton Williams is a free agent. Um, Oren Burks, Kenneth Gainwell, Isaiah Rogers are just some of the notable names that are free agents for this team. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I did not know that Milton Williams is an unrestricted free agent. He's going to go somewhere and get a bag. Josh Sweat is gonna go somewhere and get a bag. 28-year-old premier. I mean, he had 2.5 sacks today, bro. He's a dog. Zach Bond is gonna go somewhere and get at least a 3 to 4 year deal. Mekhi Becton. Now, I think he'll be back. I think they'll definitely try to bring him back. He's been a really good guard for them, but um, yeah, I mean, this team is gonna be just cold for the future. Even if they lose a Milton Williams or a Josh Sweat, you still got hella guys. You still got a Nolan Smith. Like like the Eagles are gonna be just fine, bro. This is just the kind of the beginning for them. Like AJ Brown's not going nowhere. Devontae's not gonna go anywhere. Dallas Goddard is Dallas Goddard. Like you're still gonna have Marlotta. You're still gonna have Elaine Johnson. Like they can go. They can run it back, bro. They're that good. Like they're crazy, bro. They're crazy. The only team standing in their way is their own selves, bro. I mean, I
That
do
and
think
that
losing
Madden
Kellen
curse
Moore
if
is
Saquon
huge.
gets it.
Yeah, if he's the Madden cover, but I would say I want to see how losing Kellen Moore, what's that going to do to this offense and who they're going to bring in to replace him. But I mean, if they can just they can just find another competent OC out there. I think Bobby Slovic is still available. Pretty sure they'll probably go in maybe his direction. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, look, man, shout out to the Eagles, bro. They balled out today. Like like we kind of said, they were the better team, better roster. We just didn't think they could pull it off, but they did it, man. Shout out to them. That offensive line is dangerous. That defensive line is even more dangerous. The back end is elite. I know Darius Slay said it's probably his last game in Philly. I think he's a free agent too. I didn't see him on the list, but I do remember him talking about this being his last game in Philly. I don't know if he was talking about, yeah, well, he's a free agent in 2026, but I think they're gonna let him go. Remember, they cut him last offseason and brought him back. But I think he said that this was his last game as an Eagle if he doesn't retire. So they're gonna probably lose there. But I mean, outside the DB room, you got Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean. You just go fill out that other side of the field over there. You looking pretty decent. You got Reed Blankenship. You got CJ Gardner Johnson. Zach Bond's a free agent. And he had a great all-pro year. So you could probably bring him back on like a 2-year deal. But if he doesn't go back, bro, you still got Nakobe Dean, and you can go still draft another guy there. Like, they're just good, bro. Like, Howie Roseman has them set. Like, this team is going to compete for a while, bro. Like, they're probably going to get another ring in the Jalen Hurts era. I'll say one more for sure, for sure.
It'll be funny if let's just pretend next year, uh, Philly ends up winning again. They went back to back. Let's just pretend the same accusations, the same shit that people will be talking about KC about how the refs are on their side. They're gonna say the same shit about Philly, and then it's gonna turn. It's almost gonna switch the same shit now, where people are like, "Man, I kind of miss Brady. I kind of miss the Patriots, bro. I kind of miss all that, man." And they start appreciating that shit. Let's just say again, Philly wins next year.
For granted.
Yep, it's gonna be, man. I can't lie, man. I kind of miss Mahomes. I kind of miss Kelsey. I kind of miss blah blah blah, and they're gonna overlook it. People are just underappreciating it right now. But yeah, kind of like you were saying with Zach Bond, Cooper DeJean, and Saquon. Those are obviously not the only acquisitions this offseason with through draft or through free agency. But those are three, especially in this game, that really showed up. Saquon kind of got bottled up, but like, you have to establish the run to be able to pass the ball, and Saquon is that threat to run the ball. Obviously, Jalen Hurts is as well, but with no Jalen Hurts, without Saquon, it's like the running game doesn't scare you as much, so you can kind of protect the pass a little bit more. But yeah, dude, it's just last year their defense was trash, and this year they go out there and they ended up drafting Cooper DeJean, Quinion, they got Zach Bond, probably a couple other pieces as well. And it's like, dude, the defense was, dude, they were lights out, bro. It wasn't even close. This honestly might have been the most dominant defense, at least top 3, top 2 that I've ever seen at Super Bowl ever. It was filthy what they were doing to KC. There was also another stat I saw. You might have seen one of them. I don't know if you saw both. About Devonta Smith. He the first Alabama player to ever score a touchdown. To finish their career in Alabama. That's what it was. Because obviously Jalen was in Alabama. But to finish their career in Alabama, he the first Alabama player ever to score a touchdown. And apparently, according to Scott Hansen on Twitter, Devonta Smith is the 5th player in history to win the Heisman, a Natty, and the Super Bowl. It's crazy. But yeah, dude, shout out again. I love Jalen Hurts. He obviously has his inconsistencies from time to time, but this game really truly shows what he can be, And I mean, he led the team to the Super Bowl. He shut up all the haters, Like a lot of people were saying he was the guy that was kind of holding the Eagles back. Man, he was balling today. I don't want to hear that shit. I do not want to hear that shit. So
Yeah, he was balling.
yeah, shout out to them. And also, man, shout out to my man Kenny Pickett. Getting some snaps in on the Super Bowl. He got his little ring. I'll probably make a Kenny Pickett video tomorrow by him. But
No.
I'm so serious, bro. You think I'm lying? I definitely will.
Ryan, he didn't do anything.
I got a question for you. Is Kenny Pickett the best quarterback drafted in 2022? I think so.
It's not saying much.
Him or
That
Brock
literally
Purdy?
isn't saying anything. I'm a top 5 quarterback that was drafted in that draft class.
Yeah, but yeah, but I saw that shit. I started dying. When he got some snaps, I'm like, hey, no, bro, man, just give Jalen the kneel down at least, man. He just won the bowl. Like,
I think that was the 2022 draft, right?
Yeah, it was. It was him and Purdy and Malik Willis and I forgot who else. But I remember as a Steeler fan, I wanted Willis. I can't lie. I was like, Kenny Pickett, bro, this man sucks. Granted, he didn't really do much for us anyway. We ended up obviously getting rid of him, but yeah, man. Shout out my man Kenny, and also shout out my man Juju as well. I don't want to hear any sort of Juju slander ever again. Man, you could feel those 2 catches for 16 yards. Don't play with him.
Just stop, bro. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Stop, bro. Stop. I won't let you get away with it this week. You can't get away with it this week. Can't. Sometimes you can feel those 2 catches. See, you had me the other day when he actually had like a 40-yard catch. You could feel those 2 catches for 52 yards. You could feel them. That's why you can feel them 2 catches for 16 yards, man.
I'm gonna have to wear my Juju jersey next episode.
Mm-hmm.
I got my Juju Funko right next to me too. Hey, I'm just saying, Denver needs a wide receiver. Man, enjoy his 40 catches for 450 yards.
Just stop.
He'd be wide receiver 1. Quit playing with him.
Lord Jesus. Anyways, man, what were we talking about? Philly? Oh yeah.
Yeah, Philly. Yeah.
What defensive performance was greater? This one or the Broncos? Or Seattle's against Broncos against the Panthers, Seattle's against the Broncos, or this one?
I don't know, man.
It's actually a good video idea. Yeah, look, I want to rank those.
It's a great idea. It's a great idea.
Performance.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, shit, even Tampa played a great defense against KC. But, I don't know. Because, man, they were all killing them, too. Yeah, that's a damn good question. Because it's like, Seattle, no offense to you, they just manhandled you from the first snap to the last. In what, Super Bowl, what, 48 or some shit like that? What Super Bowl was it?
No, 40. Yeah, 48.
Yeah. And then you guys manhandled Denver in Super Bowl 50.
Carolina.
Yeah, they killed that. My fault.
I said Denver.
Yeah, Denver manhandled Denver in the Super Bowl. Yeah, no, I don't. This is a damn good question. What do you think? Because I'm leaning Seattle personally. Just
Yeah,
the
I think
way.
Seattle had the most dominant.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're one. I think two. Mm, and see, it was both one defensive touchdown. The Broncos almost had two. So did Philly. I think I'm gonna go Denver because we had MVP Cam. Like even though yeah, they had Patrick Mahomes. Mm, I don't know. They're really kind of even to me, bro. You could probably. I'm pretty sure you look at the numbers. Philly had more sacks. You probably could say that. I had to go look at the stats. This is Super Bowl 50.
It's just like the impact, like the impact that you at least. It's obviously just a subjective question. Like how, like what do you feel like? There's really no true answer to it, but
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, bro. I don't know how we won that game. I still don't know how we won that
because it
game,
was
bro.
what 24-10 or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
that
this.
was 10.
Okay. Yeah, the score wise, it doesn't
Yeah,
really tell. It's
and
the same thing with this KC one. Like we were saying, it
we
should have been
had
40 to
7
six.
sacks.
7 is nasty, and everybody just remembers that the what Cam didn't try to jump on the ball. So that's such a huge memory from it. It's like, damn, that defense was so dominant.
We had 13 quarterback hits. Yeah, I probably had to lean with us. I would
Okay.
probably have to lean with us too. Yeah, I probably have to go us two and Philly three,
Okay.
which is crazy to say because Philly still balled out. You know what I'm saying?
hmm Again, it might be for me. It might be. I think Seattle won. It might be. It might be Philly. I don't know. Obviously, it might just be recency bias. I just saw the game, but yeah, I
Yeah,
might go
they
Philly
had
too.
only they had 11 quarterback hits and 6 sacks. So
Okay.
Denver had more sacks and more QB hits. Same amount
Okay.
of turn. No, I think Denver had more forced fumbles.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
it might just be recency bias because again, they did also technically put up 22 points on them, but it's like I don't know. It's a damn good
bro, I
question,
had
man.
no
You should
idea.
make a video about that tomorrow. Shit, if
Bro,
you
I
don't,
had
I
no idea.
will.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. Cortland, did you know Cortland Finnegan was on that Panthers team? I had no idea of that shit. What the?
No, I
I don't know.
didn't.
I'm just looking at the names. I'm like, bro, Cortland Finnegan. Nah, but I'm not gonna lie to you. It was an all out dominant performance, bro. Just all out dominant. Shout out to Philly, man. They Philly got it done, bro. Shout out to them boys. They deserve to be the champions, man. But this off season is gonna be really interesting. One other topic we can't get into: Debo Samuel requested a trade. Now, I've been seeing a lot of course, stuff for him to Denver. RG3 put out a tweet and was like, makes the most perfect sense. And I mean this like, and I'm actually being like unbiased and everything like that. Because when I say this, Debo Samuel, don't come near my fucking team at all. No. Hell no, I don't want no fucking Debo. Bro, Debo Samuel requested a trade from the 49ers. Like, I want everybody to let that sink in.
So did Ayuk.
He, bro, no. Ayuk did it for contractual reasons. Debo ain't career. Debo said, I want the ball more when you were getting fed and then got the ball more, like you said, and you fucked up. No, I don't want you. For what? Bro, Debo, number one. Who is Debo beating in one on one?
Shit, PS2.
Hell no. Okay. First, no. That's number one. Number two, we need yak players. We don't need a motherfucker. We have Marvin Mims, bro, who is a slimmer, quicker version of Debo Samuel. Debo needs to lose weight and get back learning and fixing his route tree, bro. We don't need another guy coming here trying to be running back and no wide receiver. And I think Debo is still a solid player, but I don't want Debo near my team, bro. I just don't. I don't even think that's a smart move for a young team trying to go through the rebuild to make. Like, I would rather trade for Cooper Cup than trade. Like, Debo's 29, right? And it's just like, bro, like, he isn't a good enough receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not a good enough receiver, bro. I'm sorry. Like, you look at his, I just he's coming off one of his worst years. Like, and I just, bro,
So
like,
so who do you think would be the best fit for him? Because I got an answer. I think the Packers would be a great fit for him.
I don't think nobody can use him. Like,
I
okay, I mean, look, I say this. I think it's a lot of teams that can use him. My thing is, what does Debo do? Like, I mean, okay, not what does he do? Let me rephrase that. What does he do at an elite level?
yeah, I mean,
Like,
I think
cause
I
who's
think
gonna take him and be like, we gonna run, we gonna put him at the running back, bro? He ain't no running back. He can't beat no one off the line. But go ahead.
I think he's good at establishing the run for the team. Like, but that you can't like that's not the only thing you can provide as a receiver. You know, I do think he is a strong receiver to take down. Like you can kind of see some plays where he's shrugging off guys, but like the speed really isn't there like it used to be early in his career. The elusiveness. I mean, granted, he's never been the most elusive, like best route runner, nothing like that. But like, I don't know. I just really feel like with LaFleur and that Packers offense. Again, I'm not saying it would be the best option for him to get, but I do think it would be a solid like if he were to get traded for the right price. I mean, the Packers receivers have just kind of, besides Dobbs, have just kind of been whatever. So like, I wouldn't mind him on the Packers. I can't think of anywhere that would really be a great fit besides maybe the Packers, just with LaFleur, and just kind of the type of offense they run. You know, they always have, especially with Jaden Reed. He's always in motion. He's always getting the ball out of the backfield. I don't see why they couldn't draw us something for Debo, but I guess more so for the Packers. Like they need a legit receiver, a wide receiver one. I guess Debo really isn't that. You know, so I don't know.
Yeah, another thing, I'm not paying Debo that money.
Especially
I'm
with the
not paying
injury
him 20
risk,
million.
it always seems like he getting hurt.
I'm not paying Debo 20 million, bro. You can miss me with that shit. I'm sorry. I'm just, and we talking about Debo 2, 3 years ago. Yeah, give me that Debo. Yeah, I'll take that. Elusive, quick. He put on way too much weight. And I know why he did it. He's trying to put on weight because he's gonna take hits. And I mean, he played 15 games the last 2 years. So I don't want to say like the injuries have been a problem, but it's the nagging injuries. The injuries linger throughout the season. It- it's just tough, bro. That 2021 that to 2022 Debo was something special. No, the 2021 Debo was special, bro. And the years before that, when they played Mahomes in the Super Bowl, he was special. He was something. He was something special. And then Kyle Shanahan made him into this running back role, and it was good until man. And that's just the tough part about it. But yeah, Debo requests a trade. Did we talk about the Miles Garrett trade?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Well, we'll talk about it now, real quick. Yeah, Miles Garrett requested a trade. He was a few days ago, but I don't think me and Ryan ever covered it. I don't think we did an episode where we covered it, but I thought the Packers would be the ideal kind of team there. Remember, they tried to trade for him at the trade deadline when he wasn't even available for a trade. I could see that being the case. I know everybody's putting the Commanders out there. I think the Commanders are certainly an option. I think the Lions are an option. Um, yeah, I mean, he's gonna have a lot of suitors, but I think it's gonna have to come down to what team is willing to come off a pretty high number of draft picks, which is probably going to be around 2 first round picks or a first round pick in a few seconds or whatever it decides to be. But not to mention, once you get him, you also don't they got to give him an extension too? Yeah, they got to give him an extension coming up. So trading for Miles Garrett is kind of a big move. Like it's an altering move. So whoever makes it, I mean, you're getting arguably one of the best defensive players in the game. So it'll be worth it, but it has to be for a team where because you have to know you're going to contend. Like Washington, I don't know if I'll make that move. I mean, look, I would make the move obviously in the like, oh my God, the Commanders just got Miles Garrett, pair him up with Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, but there is no guarantee that you're gonna have the same great year that you had last year. You know what I'm saying? You kind of want to just bank on developing some more young guys there because say Jay Daniels have a sophomore slump or say anything, you know what I'm saying? Anything can happen to where you don't have this same because it's hard to kind of exceed expectations like you did last year. Exceeding expectations would be going to the Super Bowl. That's so you don't want to trade for a guy like Miles Garrett, and then you looking back like, man, did we fuck up giving up all of our picks? Like, say they go 9-8 through injuries happen, and you go 9-8, and now you're looking at, man, we got our first round pick. We want to get off some of these veteran guys, and we're kind of looking ourselves in a hole. Like, I don't think a young team should make it. I think it should be a team like Green Bay, where you're already going to be kind of at the bottom of the totem pole for the draft picks. Kind of more on the vet. You got a young team, but you got some veterans in there, and he can really change this defense. You don't really have a defensive foundational piece to build around, especially with Jair looking like he's on his way out the door.
I pick, excuse me, another team that I would kind of like on. At least I could see it being solid. Hear me out. I look, you would kind of fuck with them on the 49ers. They have the 11th pick in the draft. They could trade that and then possibly like a first round. Oh, shit. They could also move off of Debo and his salary and send him over to Cleveland if they would be interested in it for whatever reason.
I
Uh,
like that.
and it's like move Debo, first round pick. I know a lot of 49ers. Again, I got a couple 49ers friends that I talk to like in person. And their whole thing is like they just don't want to move off that 11th pick. Like for a player like you tell me if you can get Miles Garrett at the 11th pick, like I would take it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean I really do think with him, Bosa, Warner, Hufunga, again a bunch of other players on defense. I really do think that defense, especially with Salah being the DC again, they could be dangerous, dude, for sure. Miles Garrett and Nick Bosa, two defensive player of the year winners, like it would be filthy. And even just especially seeing what the Eagles just did to KC with that pass rush. I mean, you got arguably two of the best, besides TJ, the best pass rushers in the NFL. Like they could do some real damage. So I'd really like them to go there, him to go there personally. Also, he'd get out of the AFC, so wouldn't have to go against him twice a year.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I like the fit. I like the trade. I think the trade definitely does make sense for the 49ers because you still kind of in the contending mode. I think the 11th pick is kind of tough to get rid of, especially when you got a guy like Ashton Genty sitting right there. Or I mean, I'm sorry, not Ashton Genty. Excuse me, I did not mean to say Ashton Genty. Um, a guy like Tyler Warren sitting right there, a guy like T Mac sitting right there, Will Campbell, he could be your Trent Williams replacement if he does decide to retire if he's there. Will Johnson, I don't think he's going to fall that far, but he can still be there. Malachi Starks, a safety, Hufunga's going to be out on the door. You got a safety you could draft. I mean, it's a lot of guys like I mean, shit, you could realistically move off of Kittle too, if for a Tyler Warren. I mean, I'm not saying you should do it, but I'm just saying like there are a lot of options. You want to go younger, free up a lot of cap. That would be one hell of a place to start. But I will say for the 49ers, though, you getting a Miles Garrett, that's another all-in move. You pair him up with another guy like Nick Bosa. This defense, and on that, you got Robert Saleh back. So this defense is already going to take a big jump in the right direction. Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, Miles Garrett. Only thing standing in their way is a good training staff. Get them that's another thing for 49ers need to do going into this year is revamp this training staff. But I ain't gonna lie, you do that, you get back a CMC that's healthy, get you some more receivers and free agency / the draft. Hey, 49ers can be easily right back in contention. You get a guy like Miles Garrett, bro. So
You're
I
also
mean,
gonna have to pay
I'm
Purdy
all here
too.
for it.
They gotta pay Purdy too.
Yeah, that's another thing too. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of factors. It's like, do you keep the draft pick because you have to pay Purdy?
Mm-hmm.
You want to bring in rookies and make that's what my whole point is on San Francisco. Like, what do you exactly want to do moving
Yeah.
forward? Because the cap is hunting you down, man. It's coming. You're gonna have to pay. You got to pay Purdy soon. I think that this is his last year under contract.
Well,
I think,
he definitely gonna want an extension this offseason. They were talking about
yeah.
it.
But I mean, I don't think he's gonna want. I don't think he's gonna get anything north of 40.
I mean,
I think 40.
Trevor Lawrence just got paid what highest in the league, and I mean he's taking the team further, granted with better talent than Trevor Lawrence has. It's like he could use that shit as a negotiation, but like I just
Yeah,
took you to two NFC
yeah.
championships, a Super Bowl. This is really the only year that
And plus,
I'm
you got
not.
yeah. And I'm not gonna lie though, but like I don't think Purdy is gonna ask for the King's ransom because he knows that the team is kind of the team has to stay fluid somewhat. Like he's gonna get his money, but I don't think he's gonna be like, give me 60. I think it'll be like around 40, 35 to 40 million. I think it'll be the range that Purdy will get. And I mean, with that, you can work with that. You know what I'm saying? You can work with that. I think you do have to free up some of those veterans that you have on your roster. But I think overall, though, if you got to only pay him 40, 35 to 40 million dollars, if he's willing to take that for your franchise quarterback, hey man, I don't think that's a bad deal because I want to see what their cash space is looking like. Who's making all the money out their books?
See, and kind of like you were saying, if Trent retires and let's say hypothetically they trade Debo, I think that frees up like almost 50 million in cap.
Yeah, bro. Right now they have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. They have the eighth the most cash space in the league at 48 million. Um, so bro, like who's leading the league? Who's leading their team in salary? Let's see if I can.
I think it's Trent.
Why it is no? They
It's
restructured
not.
Trent.
Okay, okay,
Trent,
okay,
they converted his into signing bonus. Base salary is Fred Warner at 17, Kittle's at
okay.
14, Leonard Floyd's at 8. Kyle Juszczyk is at 4, but I don't know if you've seen, but they're cutting Kyle Juszczyk, cap casualty. So I mean, and your tour gross Matos is making 7 million. So I mean, they got a lot of, but they also got a lot of free agents too. Hargrave, Mooney Ward. I think Mooney Ward's gone. I think he's gonna get out of San Francisco for not even football related reasons. But I know Devontae Campbell's a free agent. Drake Greenlaw is a big free agent. Got to see what they want to do with him. But I mean, bro, they got a lot of stuff, man. Like, I think if Trent Williams, I don't think because you can restructure some of these guys too. Like they turned a lot of these guys as um paydays and the signing bonuses, just restructuring their deals. So I mean, they got 50 million in cash space. So they can go out and really realistically get it. But I just don't think that's a good move for the future. I think it's just a heavy win now move. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think if Miles Garrett's go there, you just don't extend him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I do agree. This is definitely way more of a win now move, but this team is also so stacked, and you kind of already saw with like 1 year they went from in the Super Bowl almost won it to what being last in the division, missing out on the playoffs.
Got to get younger.
It's like you either got to go all the way in completely, and obviously they have to stay healthy, or like you said, just go younger and just start drafting people and just start to try to like develop them because their offense is really good. You know, like Juwan Jennings,
Yeah.
Ayuk, Kittle, um, and then the defense was balling too. They had some sleepers on the defense this season. It was just they just couldn't get
Mustafa.
done. Should
Yeah.
Lenore was balling
Yeah.
out this year too. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I think
I don't know.
I think even if they go younger, I think you can still contend though. Like I still think like I mean, you see teams doing it now. Like just because you go younger, I don't think that means you just like not going all in. Like I still think if the 49ers went the young approach and got talent that you can still win now. Like I don't think that's gonna change that much. Like say for example, they keep all their picks, they get $48 million cash space, they go after young free agents, bring in some depth pieces, bro. They can still contend now. Like I don't think that far off. I don't think that they're that far off. I think if you bring in another wide receiver and fix up a few spots on his defense, and with the draft picks you got, bro, they could be lit. Like we talking about, like they'll be right back in it. I just don't think. I mean, I think it's a good fit. I just don't think that's the long term solution getting to Miles Garrett. You're gonna have a 2 year window with him. You're not gonna want to pay him the crazy bread that he's gonna be asking for. He's gonna be asking for what 25 million, 30 million a year. Woo, nah. You already
Well,
got Bosa, you got
well,
Purdy, you got guys to worry about paying. You don't want to
yeah,
have to add Miles Garrett to the books just because he's a household name. I think you go the smart route. You take a guy, whoever the best guy available is there at you know, at 11, whatever pick it is they got, and you just bring in a whole bunch of free agents.
yeah. I mean, you.
Because I mean, yeah, that's just because I mean, we see teams do like what the Jets did: go all in, trade in their picks, get in these win now players, and look how far. Look how crazy it backfired for them. I mean, it's backfired on a lot of teams. I mean, look what Philly did. Philly, they went. They didn't say we're gonna go all in and just get the best free agents. They took a step back. We're gonna get younger free agents, still keep our picks. I mean, Philly got Saquon in free agency. Like, think about it. Philly doesn't even really make too many crazy trades. They really be going off in the free agency in drafting. That's the way to go.
See, that's the thing. Like you could say that about, and I'm not saying that you're wrong because I do agree with mostly what you're saying. But like you could say that shit about any team of like, well, if the Steelers draft perfect, they were Super Bowl contenders. Granted, we're always gonna go 9-8 and lose first round anyways. But it's like you could say that about any team, you know. So like I do agree with you.
Yeah.
Like there is obviously two ways for the 49ers to go, and I do agree that the Miles Garrett really does limit the window. I just feel like it really gives that more of a boost to the possibility of like, oh shit, we got Nick Bosa and Miles Garrett on the outside. It just really gives you that like dominant force that can really just take over the game. And again, you can draft someone out of college with that 11th pick, and oh shit, you could trade up too. You could trade up and get somebody on the defense, or like you were saying, even Will Campbell out of LSU. It's like you could draft him to be your next franchise tackle. You know, it's like I do agree with you. I would also kind of wouldn't mind that move for Miles Garrett. You know.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it either. Because I feel like either way you go for the 49ers, it's a win. I'm just thinking like you could have a long term win instead of just a smaller win. But I mean, I wouldn't mind the move at all. I think they get that. They're filthy. Like I said, the only thing standing in the way is a damn good training staff. But yeah,
Two last things. We can talk about that shit really quick. Uh, one basketball, one basketball, one football. Did you also hear about Rodgers? How they're not gonna, he's not returning to the Jets.
Aaron Rodgers, the Jets said they are moving on from him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I'm not even saying like I think Aaron Rodgers is still all world, but
My guess is they're drafting somebody. That's my guess.
I don't like that. I
Because
don't like that.
what are there? Aren't they like 7 in the draft? Something like that.
I got you.
Uh,
I got you. Hold on. 7th, yeah.
Okay. I mean, because it's Tennessee ahead of them. I did hear something that Tennessee was trying to trade out of that first round pick. Granted, I feel like we hear that shit every year that just to see like the trade value that they could get. But you have Cleveland ahead of you that's probably gonna need a quarterback. You got the Giants ahead of you that needs a quarterback. You got Vegas ahead of you that's gonna need a quarterback. It's like I don't understand it, dude. I don't like it for them. I do think that Rodgers, obviously he's not himself. He's not like the typical normal Rodgers that we kind of expect, but he damn sure a lot better than some of the options that you could have. You know, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it.
I just don't kind of get it. I get it, but then I don't. Because the roster you have is not a relatively just straight up young roster. Um, I just don't know the options that's out there. I mean, I feel like you could keep him and draft like a piece, and then really focus on quarterback for next year because I don't think Rodgers wasn't great, but he also wasn't bottom of the barrel. You're sitting at $20 million in cash space, so you have some wiggle room to work with. But now you're getting off of Devontae. You're getting off of Aaron Rodgers, so you got to get a quarterback. You got to go get another wide receiver now. You got to worry about and not to mention all the other needs on this football team that is definitely sitting there. Garrett Wilson, um, I mean, what's going on with him? DJ Reed looks like he's going to be on his way out the door. You really got to fix this offensive line. And, you don't want to do that having to worry about having getting a quarterback. It's a lot of things you don't want to do. Like, it's a lot of things that's very questioning right now with the Jets. And I'm not going to lie, if you're Aaron Glenn, I get it. You want to start fresh, but is this really the time to start fresh? Now, I'm all here for drafting a rookie. I've seen my team get rid of. I've seen my Broncos come off a veteran quarterback who had a very mediocre year, and they drafted a guy, and it worked. Now, the Jets can easily take a Jackson Dart at 7, and hey, look, I love them doing that. But I think this situation isn't just ideal for a rookie quarterback just yet. I think you keep an Aaron Rodgers. You can take a Will Campbell at 7, but keep an Aaron Rodgers and then go the young route next year. I just don't think this roster is ready for a young quarterback to go into. I just don't think it's ready just yet. And I kind of think they're far off from it. You got no protection. I mean, Candy, you would if like say Garrett Wilson's like, I want out. Now you need 2 wide receivers. So now you got to go basically revamp the whole wide receiver core. You know what I'm saying? And you still need a tight end. So you and with no line, which means your run game is irrelevant because you have no line like it was this past year. So it's just a lot of questions. The Jets need everything on offense now. Quarterback, you need wide receivers, you need offensive line, you need tight end. So it's like, what rookie's gonna come in unless you go on free agency and you address these things, which you don't really have the cap to go out and make splash moves. It's just, you know, it's very tough. Like I think keeping Rodgers was the one thing you could say, okay, we don't got to worry about quarterback this year for right now. So I don't know how I feel about. I don't like the move. I know how I feel about it. I don't like the move. I think the move is just it's too early. I just think your team is not in the right. It's not the right time to make that move.
Yeah, he's not the biggest like downside to your team. Like again, he wasn't playing amazing, but he wasn't playing bad, and you essentially just get rid of him with no backup plan, unless if they plan on maybe trading up with Tennessee to get the number one pick, and they have their pick of the litter from quarterbacks. But like, I don't know. I guess I mean, I don't know about you. I said the same thing about Washington. I didn't really expect Jane Daniels to come in and really do what he did with Washington. But it's like, I don't know, dude. I'm not a fan of it. I
Yeah.
am interested to see where he goes. If he goes to, it was coincidental. Obviously, you're not on Steelers Twitter, but they like right after Adam Schefter reported that shit, I saw a source from some Steeler reporter talking about how the Steelers might possibly not bring back both Russ and Fields if there is a veteran quarterback option available. Essentially,
Why would y'all do that? That just don't make no
I don't know.
sense.
You know what I want us to do. I want to get Fields and I want to draft Howard out of OSU and roll with that.
I mean, look, because say for example, y'all get Devontae and A Rod, like maybe. I mean, what you got 1 year?
It's also like our offensive line is so mid anyways that it's like we couldn't protect Fields and Fields was running for his life and Russ has better legs in my opinion than obviously Rodgers does. So it's like you're just expecting either Rodgers to get the ball out so quick and just make quick decisions, quick great decisions, or I don't know.
What's y'all cap?
I got no idea. I'm not gonna
Y'all, oh,
lie.
y'all got 40 million, so y'all can go fix the line, I guess. But
I think we're trying to
I don't know,
extend.
man. The Steelers needs to go a long term solution. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
look, I will say this: like, everyone thinks like you see the Texans do it, and it's backfired them because they weren't ready to really like they had to get CJ Stroud. You know what I'm saying? But now they need a line, they need receiver, they need tight end. Well, I mean, they're gonna keep Dalton Schultz, but you know what I'm saying? Like they need a lot, basically, is what the Texans need. You need a receiver, you need to fix the line. You gotta, I mean, the defense is fine. Nobody worry about their defense. But the Jets is like, I don't know, man. Jets is just very questionable to me. I just don't know if this was the move to make right now. I think you were a year away from that move. I think you needed to just shore up everything else, focus on drafting a skill position player in this year's draft instead of a quarterback, and I think you could be ready. Because like everybody thinks they could be Denver and Washington, man. Washington, especially, like they think they or Houston, you just draft the quarterback and they make everything around. Bro, those situations are so unique. Jaden Daniels went to a team where they have new management. They got Dan Quinn. He had a Terry McLaurin. Like they went and fixed the O line. They brought in some veterans. Dan Quinn had the defense playing meat, somewhat. And Jay Daniels is just the greatest rookie ever. Like you go look at Denver situation. Denver could make the move to go get a young quarterback. Like we had the line figured out. We had a top defense. I mean, obviously, we needed some weapons, but still, like it just like I mean I don't know, man. Maybe if they take a Jackson Dart at 7, he can come in and we'll see. But Who's their OC?
I don't know.
Like that's my main question. Who's the Jets? I know it ain't still Hackett, is it?
No, I can't.
Tanner Inkstrom.
I saw the same shit. I got no idea who that guy is. I can't lie.
He was the Lions passing game coordinator. Okay, so I mean, this is gonna be his first year actually calling the plays. So I mean, we'll see, but we'll see. That's all I can say to Jets is we'll see. Hopefully, Aaron Glenn knows what he's doing. I mean, he got the guy from the Lions. He must trust Tanner. So Tanner Inkstrom. So we'll see how it goes. So maybe you never know if he can be a good OC. Maybe bringing in a Jackson Dart at 7 isn't the worst thing. We'll see how it goes. But I don't know. I think they were a year out, man. That's just what I think.
Yeah, my only guess also is maybe Glenn didn't really. He just wanted a fresh start, but like,
Yeah.
there's no other. I don't know. Anyway, enough about that. And then with AD getting hurt for the Mavs. Man, he played a great 3 quarters, and I'm not trying to hate on him. I'm not trying to joke around. He played a great 3 quarters.
He did. He played great.
Dude, it sucks, bro, that he got hurt that early on, and he could easily be out. I saw that he's gonna be out indefinitely. So who knows? It did not look good. It was a non-contact, I believe, groin injury. I think.
Did you see Nico Harrison got to beef up security around his house?
I
mean,
heard
what
it
did
was.
you?
I heard he had to be with him 24/7.
I mean, yeah. I mean, no disrespect, and I'm not saying it's justified, but what did you like expect? Like, I mean, I'm just being so. I'm not saying like go harm the man's family or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talking about basketball at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But like this trade, Ryan, it makes no sense. It just it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no goddamn sense, bro. You complain about Luca's conditioning, his on and off the court discipline, yet you trade for one of the most injury prone players in basketball. Like, I feel bad for AD. 3 quarters is the number one option. You're out indefinitely. It's tough. But if you're the Mavericks, you're a Mavericks fan. I somewhat feel the urge and the rage to go harm Nico Harrison. Now, his family, nah, man. Nah. You don't go harm the man's family. But Nico Harrison himself, he deserves he deserves to give an explanation, a true explanation, not some bullshit. Like, why did you come off Luca, bro? For like there is no reason why this team should be in this predicament. Like, the man is out indefinitely. Your season, this win now roster that you built, it's shot. It's fucked.
It's
You
also like.
wasted a Kyrie year.
Mhm.
You wasted this roster. It's fucked.
It's
It is
also.
fucked.
It's also kind of like you. Now you're just completely relying on Kyrie and PJ Washington's solid, Gafford's solid. You know, like they have some pretty shit. Christie's been balling himself, but it's like, dude, like you traded for AD, he was gonna be the centerpiece of your organization, and it's not like you have no one saving the day. You got no one. Like no one on the injury report or nobody you can be able to pick up off the waiver wire. No, excuse me, off the free agency wire or whatever. Anything. Like, you're not gonna be able to pick up anybody, bro. Like to save the day almost. Like I don't know, dude. I'm so excited for Luka to play technically today, tomorrow, whenever. Bro, I'm so excited for this man to play, bro. Like, and I do not care if it's against the Jazz. I don't care. If that man drops a quick 30, 40, shit, he can drop 2 points for all I care.
That man is finna be on a heater.
Mm-hmm.
That man, Luka Doncic. That nigga's finna be on
I think it's in LA too, bro. I'm gonna go crazy. That shit got flexed to ESPN as well. They did the same thing with the Pacers game because they were expecting him to play. Yeah, dude, it's in LA, 10 o'clock, 10:30. bro, I'm gonna have my ass on the couch with popcorn in hand, eating, watching that shit. Bro, legs crossed. I'm gonna
That
be
man
chilling
better.
there.
Oh
Bro,
shit,
you think I'm
bro.
playing? I'm gonna be sitting there watching the
I
game.
just
Oh my god, Luca did not hit
like
that shot. But I still wake up, look at my phone. I'm like, damn, we really got this man Luca. Like, I still can't believe that shit, bro. Like,
bro. I'm gonna keep it so real. See, look, I hear people say like the fans are taking it too far. I hear them, but then I don't, Ryan, because me and you are very passionate fans. Like I'm passionate about my team. Like I care deeply about my team. Like the way my team has success, it affects me in a very deep manner. Like the way I carry myself, you feel me? When it comes to my Broncos, when it comes to my Spurs, like you know what I'm saying? If we ever traded Victor Wembanyama for a Joel Embiid, like, do you understand the amount of frustration, the anger I would have deep down? I would want to harm Brian Wright, our general manager,
question
physically.
for it, question for you. Let's just say you would have woken up Sunday morning, bright and early, sun just rising up. You're like, damn, it's about to be a good ass day. You look at your phone, Victor Wembanyama traded for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a first round pick. bro, bro, what would you have done? It's that's the exact same thing. And you also gave us plays. Like I got no idea who the hell you would give us that would match
I would have been,
like Kleber and
I would have like
Morris. But
just hearing those words put me in a. I was flabbergasted. Who
like
I would be
again,
like, what the
I don't
fuck?
condone them.
I would
I don't condone them
scream.
trying to kill the man or like trying to harm him or nothing. But like I
No,
understand
I
like
wouldn't.
yeah, I mean fans are trying to kill bro. Like they sending him death threats and all that. It's like, dude, like that's crazy. It is just a sport at the end of the day, but like, bro, what were you doing thinking that this shit was gonna fly? Like, you just traded your best player. He was gonna be your best player in franchise history by far.
Have you seen that SpongeBob scene with him and Mr. Krabs and Squidward when he's like, "You had to kill him." Like that's what I think of every single time I see this Nico Harris and shit. You had to kill him. The man knit you a sweater and you killed him. Like it's like, bro, Nico Harrison. I would like see. I don't say kill the man, but he need if that man was to go outside of American Airlines Center in Dallas and stand there for an hour, he was not making it home. That man, do you understand what he has done to that friend? Not even just the trade. They are fucked. This season is over. It's a wrap. Wrap it up and book it. It's over. That you oh my god, as a
It
Maverick
depends on how
fan.
long AD's out for. If
Oh,
AD's out for,
indefinite. You know what indefinitely means.
oh, I
There is
know,
no
probably the season.
timetable.
Yeah,
I would be sick. Can you imagine? You go 2 weeks ago. You are sitting there like we can go win a championship with Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington is playing at a career high level. We just brought in Najee Marshall. We just brought in Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes gets traded for Caleb Martin. Luka Doncic gets traded for AD. Your seat AD's first game. He's out indefinitely. You're fucked. Your season is shot. Bro, do you understand the rage I would have if I was a Maverick fan? Bro,
with
my
no
friend,
future too.
bro, bro,
And also
I
you
would,
traded Luca to the Lakers, acting like I mean we're gonna be solid. You know
bro, I like
that
Dallas.
picking him and
Genuinely,
shit.
bro, I liked them the Dirk years. And I'm a Spurs fan. I always respected them. Mark Cuban always ran that franchise very well. He always kept the identity. We're gonna be aggressive. We're gonna contend. The minute this motherfucker sell a portion of the team, they trade Luca is the craziest shit. It is. This is already going down as the worst trade in basically. I don't give a fuck if Luca ever wins a championship in the Lakers. If he is a career 27 point per game averager for the Lakers, then they have fucked everything up. And the thing is, there isn't even no guarantee Luca stays with the Lakers. There ain't no guarantee because he's already missed out on the Supermax deal, right? You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie to you, like, which means he can go sign 230 with any other team If not, teams can give him more than 230 than what the Lakers can get, right? But my whole thing is, if you're the Lakers, fuck it. We had Luka. Shit, we gonna at least give this a chance. What the fuck going on? You got Dallas shit over here. They shit out of luck because now not only did you give up your future star, every time that motherfucker plays you, he's going for 40. Every time. Every time. Oh my God. I cannot fathom that they traded Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis, and then the man gets hurt on his first game. I feel Mavs fans. I'm hurt for y'all. That I would never want that to happen to my team. I would contemplate heavily very dangerous things to my general manager if we got rid of Wimby. You sick, bro? That's like the Spurs. That is literally like the Spurs in 2 years when we can literally. The Spurs are ready to make the title run with Wimby, y'all, and Aaron Fox. I wake up, Wimby done got shipped the fuck out of town for Siakam. God, it's just it's insane, bro.
I've looked it up. The Lakers can offer Luka Doncic a contract extension this summer. Luka can also become a free agent in 2026. The options they can offer him a 4-year extension. The Lakers can offer Luka a 4-year extension for $228.6 million. This will give him an average about 57.25 million a year. A 3-year or a 5-year extension. See, man, I hope there's no way we don't extend him, right? I mean, there obviously is a way, but I mean, what would stop him realistically from trying to go play with somebody that he legit want to play with? You know, like imagine him and Jokic together. I don't know how that should work.
Bro, there's a lot of teams he could go to. He can go to San Antonio. He can go to OKC. He can go to Denver.
Shit, he can go to Mavs. I heard they need a franchise player.
You tell me if the Spurs said, "Come play with Fox and Wemby," tell me he wouldn't do it. Telling me Jokic, like he got. I don't think there's just a 100% chance he stays with the Lakers. No. Like if they don't win or if they don't come close to winning these next 2 years, Luka can leave.
Mm-hmm. I also think it might have something to do with like what can we surround him with. I don't think we have to win, but it's like, well, what is a team willing to do to almost like offer him? It's also like, you are in LA, granted, you're paying so much money on taxes and shit like that, but like you're in LA, you're gonna be able to like you're gonna be able to get so much more money off of like advertising and shit like that in LA compared to, I'm not saying you can't in Dallas, but compared to like Denver, you know, like.
Well, Denver's a good market, but I get what you're saying. It ain't nothing LA. Besides New York.
It's also like he would be able to be the face of the franchise. He'd be able to be the face of the franchise essentially for his whole career. You know, they could surround him by whoever they want. I think the Lakers also would have a supermax spot open that we could offer for a second star like Wemby. No. You were just doing all this. Yeah, bring Wemby over here.
You know what's crazy? Wemby is finna be the first player to get a $500 million deal.
That's crazy.
They're gonna give him 500, bro. They're gonna give him $500 million.
Just in one contract, too, bro.
Fuck it. Give him a 7-year.
Bro, you think there's any way we can grow to like 6'8", 6'9", get a little contract? Man, because if they're making $500 million,
I mean, but you talking, bro, Wemby, bro. Think about it. This is like still some of the worst you're ever gonna see at Wemby.
Yeah.
And we're talking about like.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Like he's gonna be dangerous, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think it's a guarantee that Luka is just gonna stay in LA. Like,
no. It's definitely not. It's not as much of a guarantee as it was he was staying in Dallas.
But if you're the Lakers, either way, look, if Luka walked the door, like. You don't feel bad about the trade. Hell no. No. Mm-hmm.
But if I'm the Lakers, I'm offering him the max we possibly can.
Oh yeah, no. If you're the Lakers, you you get on your hands and knees and you pray, you call him your glorious king, and you do everything possible to get that man to stay. But if that man's like, nah, look, I didn't really want to come here. We haven't even come close to winning these past 2 years. I'm gonna go explore my options, free agency, and then if I don't like what I see, I'll circle back. Look, bro, there's a team out there in Texas where you don't got to pay state income taxes, bro. They have another foreign motherfucker over there, bro. You got you another guard out there that you can go down for down with, bro. Go to Senate. I get, man, package Vassell, Sohan. Shit, I love Stephon Castle with a passion. Not keep Castle. Just put in, look, we'll give y'all Vassell, Sohan. If Keldon stood up, we'll throw in Keldon. We'll throw in this piece, that piece. Matter of fact, give y'all like 5 first round picks here. Y'all got a future now. Give us Luka. Shit. But
Man,
yeah, man, that's all I gotta say.
This turned into a Wemby Luka recruitment.
Shit, I'm actually, I ain't gonna lie. I want him to do good, but I hope y'all lose so that man can hit the open market. Bro,
So you're low key praying on our downfall.
Bro, do you I will move to San Antonio full time. I will buy season tickets. You laughing? If we get Luka Doncic, I will move. I will look. I love you, mama. I love you. I know you listening. I know you gonna watch this episode. I will move to San Antonio. I will buy season tickets immediately. I will be at every game. Motherfuckers gonna know me. They gonna know. Oh, how you doing, Mr. Mackey? Yeah, go ahead. Hey, man. Yeah, same old. Hey, man, how you doing, man? We see you. You here every game? You got? Yeah, I got season tickets. Yeah.
You gonna be over there shining Luka's shoes and shit?
Yes. Mr. Doncic, can you shine your shoes? You feel me? Like, come on, man. Like, nah, bro. I promise you, we pulled that off.
Well,
and we somehow keep Fox.
I'm sorry to inform
century.
you. Nah. Luka gonna be a Laker for life. We wanted him.
Not to mention, by that point, we'll have Cooper Flag too.
Okay, I'm done with that episode. I'm good.
But yeah, man. You got anything else to add?
Nah, not. The only thing I gotta add is I am a little bit more worried now after this 10-minute conversation that Luka gonna walk in a couple years. So, Luka, can you please stay in LA? I appreciate you. Thank you.
I mean, look, I will say, like, the way things are going for my ball club right now, we are running an organization how it's supposed to be run. You know what I'm saying? Besides Mitch Johnson, that's another thing I want to bring up. Our head coach has to be one of the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. Why? I don't want to get into Mitch Johnson. That man is, I won't even say the word that I want to call him. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, hit that subscribe button. Keep showing us love. Me and host JMX, my co-host Ryan. Eagles are champs, baby. To the next one. Peace.